Thanks for the opportunity of presenting today. It's a great honour to be here with you. I too would like to acknowledge the lands in which we're meeting today, that of the Wurundjeri and Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and to reflect that within metres of here, like less than a kilometre, you've had the part of the Yarra River where the brackish waters met the fresh water, which was the bottom of Queen Street. So it's always been a really important meeting place for Indigenous nations over many, many millennia, and it's, I think, quite fitting that we're here today in a setting. I too would also like to pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. You live in a time that has to embrace change. The world when you entered this course is very different to the one that you're in now, and it will continue to change. Lean into it. Nothing is static, and I think you know this better than most that this is our new normal. The rest of the world is really just playing catch up. Life is always happenstance. That you're able to be studying in Australia in this time, the lottery of life has already turned in your favour. On my own journey, I've learned to embrace the need for change. In 2006, I set up Portable, the company I'm still with today, and really proud that we've got a team operating in every state and territory with over 75 people. And when we set up, we were really interested in the intersection of technology and design, and still are. But at the time, it was the video iPod. Yes, that's not a mistake. I didn't say iPhone. That came later, but that had been released in 2005. And we saw an opportunity for film content on these portable devices. And that was the birth of the Portable Film Festival. This was also the year that I was getting married. I'd had headaches throughout that year, and I thought that it had to do with stress due to setting up a new business and planning for a wedding. On our honeymoon, the pain continued, and I knew it was more than work-related. We flew home early, and I admitted myself to the emergency ward on New Year's Eve at the Royal Melbourne Hospital. Within a day, I was told I had a brain tumour and then informed it was large, bigger than a golf ball, and in quite a challenging spot. I was to get to surgery as soon as I could. My case was given to the top surgeon. It was one of those hard ones. And by the end of January, I had the operation in place. Not all went to plan. I had a brain bleed, effectively a stroke, and had to have another brain surgery operation the following day. I was in intensive care and high dependency for over a month. I was alive, but no one really knew what the recovery was going to look like. I had to learn to eat and walk again, and that took time. Due to the stroke, I lost hearing in my right ear, and to this day live with permanent tinnitus and facial pain. Getting out of the hospital ward and into the rehab facility was one of the best times of my life. I had one goal: get better. I was able to do this, and within 2 months I was out. And the day I left rehab, I went to the office on the way home. At the time, Portable, we were above a tattoo shop on Goodrich Street, and I walked up the steps slowly. And I still remember it now. It took a while, but I did it. I was really determined to do this part. I'd just been getting back to learning how to walk again, and having the balance and so forth was really quite challenging. But I was really determined to do it. I didn't know what the brain tumour meant beyond using it as a driver to get better. Being able to get back to work meant being normal, and that was a strong motivation. Fast forward 10 years. I lived life, built out Portable. We set up shop in New York, got to go to fancy dinners all over the world, which was fun, had 2 kids, travelled the world. But doing the things people should be doing in life. And after a lot of pain in my back, first going to the physio, then getting a new bed, which didn't solve the problem, then thinking I should get another MRI, the surgeon found 2 spinal tumours. More actually, but 2 that needed to be removed. And at that point for me was recognising that this was a pattern. I hadn't processed what the initial brain tumour meant. It didn't define me. But from that point, I was able to place the jigsaw together of what I had. These 2 surgeries were not as dangerous. It wasn't brain surgery. But I was told after that one of them I had a 50% chance of total paralysis during the actual surgery itself. And it was harder now. I had kids. and trying to explain to them what this process meant made me reflect more on the gravity of my situation. Beyond this, I came to understand what I had: von Hippel-Lindau disease, a rare proto-cancer where my body grows tumours in the brain and spine, as well as eyes, livers, and other areas. It now had a name, and I knew that having surgery to remove tumours will be with me for the rest of my life. Each time a risk, each time mentally and physically preparing. It wasn't just getting better, it was working to develop a practice to continue to get better repeatedly and improve every time. In 2020 and 2021, I had my third brain and then third spinal surgery to remove tumours again. I wasn't expecting this news, not fearing it, just not concerning myself with it. It got to the point that even after my brain surgery in February last year, I forgot that I'd been told about my spinal tumour operation. I got that surgery done in December. Throughout all of this and COVID, I'd been getting into running. I'm not quick, I'm certainly not athletically gifted, but I like the challenge and the pursuit. Post my brain surgery last year, I was running after 7 weeks and did 22 kilometres 7 weeks after that. I was in wonderment my body could do this at all. And even after my recent surgery, which was on the first day of summer, I was running by the end of the season, and I've been running every other day since. Through all these surgeries, I've been able to better understand what it is and how to respond. A core part of this is an awareness that there is not a lot of this I can control. I can control how I respond to a situation, how I prepare, how I show up, and how I commit to recover. Each time, there are risks: death, paraplegia, losing cognitive function, not being able to eat again, and each time I reflect on what I can control. Through it all, I've worked to get better, get back to work, and get back to fitness. I've refined how to bounce back and continue to do this each day. I lean into it and look forward to it and how to do it better. Health and work, they seem so different, but they are interlinked. It's life, and I think of the motto of this university, of Be Well, one of the values of Torrens, which was made by students, and such an important mantra to reflect on one's both mental and physical health. In terms of advice I have for you, for all going out into the world, master what you can control. Let go of what you can't. It's up to you to show up. It's up to you how you respond to rejection and success. They are two sides of the same coin. Learn the process to keep trying and iterating. Be curious and learn from others. This, to me, is the heart of the creative process. Keep at it. Be interested in others, interested in learning, solving problems. By doing this, you will never be out of demand. And don't stop learning here. Use this time to help you hone your practice. Use it to teach you how to learn. As designers, it's important to work with people. Stay curious of what motivates others. Be bold. You don't know when this will all end or when you need a pivot. Work can provide you purpose. You can create this environment. Get to know yourself and what matters to you. Through my own condition, I've faced many times, is this the end? And that can really help frame an experience. Having a purpose is good. It can give you meaning. Don't expect to find it tomorrow, but do look for it. Be curious. Try a few things on. Having a purpose makes the setbacks easier and gives more meaning to your wins after the initial euphoria of them has disappeared. I found it important for my work. Our work at Portable, where we seek to respond to social need and policy failure using design and technology. We look in areas such as justice, mental health, health and government. Every time we dig, we see so much more to be done. I reflect on Torrens' own value of be good, of merging both business and purpose. And by doing good, we can enable good in our community and the world. Personally, for me, finding purpose is the North Star. Prior to that above realisation, I struggled for many years of what it was. Work felt hollow and transactional at times, and it was hard to be fully engaged. And when you're not fully engaged, it's really telling. People pick up on it. Same as when you are engaged. This is when people want to be around you and want to work with you. I even reflect up here on the value on these banners. Love what you do. You know, I think it's a really sort of telling mantra that one should seek towards. So for each of us, this is a personal journey, and there is no right answer. Just being authentic to you. So go forth. Don't waste a day. Use your skills and seek out the opportunities that matter to you. The world is teeming with them. Thank you.